was the worst movie I have seen in a long time.
I know. They said it was supposed to be so good. They lied. Just like Clinton lied when he said, I did not have sex with that woman.
Lie? Depends on how you define having sex.
I think they were having sex. Maybe not good sex, but still.
Since we went to an early movie, I wouldn't want to have paid full price for that turkey.
I really don't care about the money. I just hate wasting 2 hours of my life. I'll never get those 2 hours back.
You could get up early tomorrow.
I'd just be cranky all day. By the way, thanks for letting me tag along with you guys. I hope I wasn't too much of a third wheel.
Sure. Even though this was the one time I was hoping to have John all to myself.
Which is ironic, because I was just going to hang out with Mike today.
I really just wanted to be with Taylor.
Looks like disappointment all around.
Tonight I'll make up for it, though.
Cynthia is coming over.
I thought she went back to her husband.
Well, she did, except on weekends.
John's relationships are purely for convenience. Just sex with no strings attached.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
You're sleeping with a married woman. I'm pretty sure there's a commandment against that.
That depends on how you define thou shalt not. Speaking of convenient relationships, how's your boyfriend?
I told you he's not my boyfriend, he's just my filler.
Your fella?
My filler. You know, a guy who fills in until someone better comes along.
What does a filler do?
He does whatever I want him to do.
Doesn't the filler get in the way when you want to see someone else?
No, I can see whoever I want. Besides, there aren't any good men out there. Why is it so hard to find a man who's sensitive, caring, and good-looking?
Because most of them already have boyfriends. What about you, Mike? Any plans for tonight?
Actually, believe it or not, I have a date tonight.
Seriously?
With a real girl and everything.
Well, who is she? Do we know her?
Do you know Mary, who works in my office?
Shy, a little quiet, never goes out with anybody, Mary? Mary, pure and chaste, never been touched, Mary? That Mary?
I'm not sure about your description, but yeah, Mary.
Ignore him, he's just jealous. She sounds like a nice girl. Boring, but nice. How long have you been seeing her?
We've only been out a couple of times.
What'd you do on your dates?
The first time we went to dinner at a nice restaurant and then a movie, and the second time we went to a hockey game.
A hockey game? That's romantic. Did you kiss her?
Don't kiss and tell. And hockey was her idea.
He doesn't kiss and tell because you actually have to kiss somebody in order to have something to tell. Mike's had a bit of a dry spell lately.
Death Valley has had a bit of a dry spell. What I've had is a full-on drought. My sad love life would take on biblical proportions.
Which would explain why you're dating the Virgin Mary.
What's wrong with dating a nice girl?
You'll never have sex! If you guys get married, your kids will have to be immaculately conceived.
Who said anything about getting married?
Well, you are pretty much a married kind of guy, and it is a third date. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Third date. Fish or cut bait. If you haven't slept with her by the third date, you're not gonna. You're gonna be getting your walking papers.
Or worse, if she doesn't duck you, you'll end up being her friend.
Friend.
Yeah, you'll end up being her friend, all right. That's what always happens to nice guys like mine.
I hate being called that. I am not a nice guy.
Oh, please. You are such a nice guy. You open doors for women, you hold their chairs, you even call when you say you will.
I thought it was just good manners.
Women don't respect nice guys.
It's true we don't.
So what are you guys saying? That if I want a girl to like me, I should be mean to her?
Brutal. Women want men who'll dominate them. They want men who take action, seize the day, carpe diem. They like cavemen.
That's not true. Women are attracted It's all explained in that book about women who run around with wolves. Women are drawn to powerful men. And women like a challenge. Nice guys are too easy.
Okay, time out. Are you buying this? Is it true? Do nice guys always finish last?
No.
I didn't used to think so. But when you reach a certain point in your life and you're still single, you start to wonder if you missed the boat. And then every once in a while it starts to sink in and you think, oh my God, I'm wasting my life. I'm in a dead-end job. I'll never have kids and I'm gonna die all alone. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring everyone down. This is why I don't get invited to parties. But it is true about what they say. Back when I was in school, I was always the platonic male friend. I was famous for it. Girls would come from all over just to cry on my shoulder and tell me about how badly their boyfriends had treated them. I would always listen and be sympathetic, and they would say, "Oh, Mike, you're such a good listener." And then usually they'd be so cheered up, they'd run right back to their boyfriends, who got to sleep with them. And I'd end up... Where was I going? Never mind. That's all in the past. It doesn't matter now. Lately, things have been going really well for me. I met this nice girl named Mary, and we just seem to connect. It's like we can talk about anything. We're right at that point where everything is perfect. For example, she laughs at all of my jokes, even when they're bad. I love to see her smile. Also, she held my hand the whole time during the movie, which I know it doesn't sound like any big deal, but I really like that. And, if you must know, yes, we have done a little kissing. Nothing you couldn't put in a Disney movie, but still. It's been really nice, and I haven't felt this way in a long time. Best of all, when I asked her out again, she said yes! Yes! What a great word! It's just about the best word there is! Would you like to go out sometime? Yes. Can I see you again? Yes. Would you like to come in? Yes! Yes! Oh God, yes! What's going to happen with these guys? I've known John and Taylor for years. I don't believe they're really satisfied, but it's as if they've just given up on looking for anything deeper than casual sex, which to me, that just seems real empty. I don't know if they feel that way too. We don't usually talk about anything serious. Whenever the conversation starts getting too heavy, you can always count on one of them to lighten things up. Time in.
Hey, do you know why nice guys make better lovers?
Why?
Because they always finish last.
Why is that better? I don't get it.
You never will.
Anyway, speaking of alpha males, I heard about these breeders that are freezing dog sperm. They're getting up to $10,000 a pop.
How do they get the sperm from dogs?
I don't know. I guess maybe they hang a picture of Lassie on the freezer and just hold an ice cube tray underneath. Guess it wouldn't be too tough. Dogs are very picky about what they'd have sex with.
That's why they're man's best friend. What about you, Mike? Would you ever do it via sperm donor?
I think they only want certain guys for donors, like alpha males with high IQs.
Yeah. Speaking of which, they always looking for that blue ribbon prize-winning sperm. I mean, when I was in high school, or in college actually, high school, we're running an ad in the school paper looking for donors, and we're offering guys $100 a shot.
Sounds like your dream job. Did you ever do it?
No,
Why not?
I'm saving myself.
For what, marriage?
No, just till the price goes up. Well, I'm not cheap.
I couldn't do it. I mean, I couldn't face getting rejected by a petri dish. And what if they did take you? You could have a kid out there and you'd never even know. You could be in a bar someday and meet a girl who was young enough to be your daughter, go home with her, and quicker than you can say, "Who's your daddy?" you're living an edible nightmare that would make Sigmund Freud pluck out his eyes.
So, Taylor, would you ever be an egg donor?
Actually, my brother Kenny wants me to be a surrogate for him. He and his boyfriend Stuart want to adopt, but it's hard for them to have kids. And if I was their surrogate, then at least there'd be some genetic link for Kenny.
So you'd be having a kid with your brother's boyfriend.
No, I told him they better get some fresher eggs. Mine are too old.
It's not necessarily true. They've got drugs now so that women over 50 can have triplets.
Great, so you and your kids can be in diapers at the same time. You know what bothered me the most? Stuart didn't even want to do it the old-fashioned way. He wanted to use a turkey baster.
Turkey baster, huh? May I make a suggestion? Do not go to their house for Thanksgiving.
It might be okay as long as she stuck with the side dishes.
I don't want to think about it. The whole idea puts me off.
Does it bother you that your brother is gay?
No. But I hate how in his relationship he's the woman.
Why do you say that?
Because he gets taken advantage of. Kenny does whatever Stuart tells him to do.
Kenny kind of sounds like your filler fella.
What does that mean?
Well, only that you and Stuart seem to like your men a little whip. You have to admit you're not going for the alpha male.
Time out. Do you think I should say something to them? John and Taylor have always had this Harry and Sally relationship. At least they're like Harry and Sally were in the first half of the movie, where Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal on the surface are just friends, but underneath they have this sexual tension. I half expect Taylor to do the orgasm scene right here. They really should just go to bed with each other and get it over with. They probably would do fine just having sex. But of course, they'd never end up together. You see, most people, when they get to be our age and they're still single, it's either because they're gay or they just prefer being single. Now, I'm the exception to that because I still believe there's someone out there. But with John and Taylor, they both live alone and they like it that way. They don't want anyone in their space, and they don't want to be obligated to anyone. It's like Shakespeare wrote.
Oh, geez, now he's quoting Shakespeare.
You know, we can hear you. We heard everything you said.
I thought you guys were frozen.
What kind of make-believe Never Never Land do you live in? I mean, time in, time out, time in. A little contrived, don't you think?
I only did that so that the audience would know they were hearing my inner monologue.
Whatever. And where do you get off psychoanalyzing us and giving advice? Who died and made you Dear Abby?
Yeah. What was that you said about me having an orgasm? I didn't see that movie, but that sounded really rude.
I'm sorry, I was talking about myself and using you two as an example.
Example of what? We choose to live our lives on our own terms. It's not a character flaw. Not everybody finds love at first sight and lives happily ever after, Mike.
Shouldn't criticize people just because their life didn't turn out like some fairy tale.
Okay, my bad. I'm really sorry.
What about you? You're such an expert on relationships. Why are you still single?
I guess I just never met the right girl before.
Oh yeah, that could be it. Bullshit!
Okay, please, you tell me, what am I doing wrong?
You have to stop being such a nice guy all the time. You gotta take action. Stop talking about it and do it. Being a nice guy is just your way of avoiding things so that you don't ever have to take a chance.
You know, maybe he's right. Maybe deep down inside,
And stop talking to the fucking audience! This is exactly what I mean. This is your whole problem. You don't ever deal with anything. Oh, forget it. Come on, Taylor. This play sucks.
I know it was supposed to be so good. Who picked this one anyway?
What do you expect? Let's go see if there's anything good over at Interplayers.
I mean, we're cool, all right?
I guess.
Yeah, I'll call you next week. Next time you do one of these, can you write in a scene so that Taylor and I get to make out?
Okay.
Cool. See you, buddy.
Now what? This is usually the point where things get more complicated. Mary? Hi! What are you doing here?
I was getting coffee. Oh, thank you for the flowers. They were really nice.
You're welcome. I wasn't expecting to see you until tonight.
I guess you didn't get my message. I have to cancel tonight. Something came up.
That's a shame. Well, how about tomorrow night? There's a hockey game.
I can't. I'm busy.
How about next weekend?
Busy.
Weekend after that?
I think I might be busy for a while.
Was it something I said?
Actually, I'm really bad at this. The thing is, I'm sort of seeing someone. We had broken up for a while, but I think we might be getting back together.
That's a surprise. Anyone I know?
I don't think so. His name is Joe. He's a hockey player. Well, part-time he plays hockey. For his day job, he works at the post office.
Oh, he's an alpha male man.
Excuse me?
Never mind.
Listen, Mike, I'm really sorry for any misunderstanding that you might have had. I've just been so preoccupied with things lately that I'm a little bit distracted. I just have so much on my plate right now that I'm a little overwhelmed. I would definitely like us to remain friends, though. And I would still love to catch a movie sometime, but maybe right now just in the name of friendship? I think you really are a nice guy.
Excuse me. Time out! Can someone pull this knife out? I can't reach it. God, why does it matter? It was just a couple of dates. I barely even knew her. But maybe that makes it worse because there's so much more potential with someone we're just beginning to know. What does she mean, misunderstanding that I had? Well, wasn't she there too? Who was I kissing? What? Did I imagine the whole thing? You know, it's a good thing I don't work for the post office because this is just the sort of thing that makes people go postal. What am I supposed to say to her now? Well, gee, I'd just love to be your friend. Maybe we could go shopping or bake cookies. Oh, I forgot. I'm a guy! Well, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Carpe diem. Time in. Mary, you should have been honest with me. If we were friends, you owed me that much. You should have told me the truth.
Well, I didn't mean to give you the wrong idea.
Not good enough. You don't do that to people. You don't play with their heads. You don't lead them on. You don't use people. It's not nice.
I didn't. It's just that you don't understand. There's just been a lot going on lately, and it's been really confusing.
Yeah, whatever. You know, I don't want to hear it anymore. Save it for someone who cares.
I'm sorry.
Maybe we should sit down. You want to talk about it? It might make you feel better.
Mike, I'm really sorry about this. I never meant to give you the wrong idea. It's just, I've never been in this kind of situation before, and I didn't handle it very well.
What situation?
This is not an excuse. It's just that, well, you know how I told you I grew up kind of sheltered and my parents sent me to an all-girls school. I didn't get out much. Joe was my first real boyfriend. My parents' house was on his delivery route. That's how we met. We were together for almost 3 years. It was pretty serious. We talked about getting married. I used to always dream about what our life together would be like, you know? In my dreams, I could see our house with a little white picket fence and the kids playing in the yard. Joe always dreamed about being a professional hockey player. When he made the team, he was so happy. And I was so happy for him. His dream had come true. And then after a while, he started to change. He got really moody and he criticized me for little things. And one day I was over at his house and I saw these letters that he had left out. They were letters from other women. And when I asked him about them, he got really upset. First he told me they were just fan letters from groupies, but eventually he admitted that he had been seeing these women. He told me that we had grown apart and it was time to move on. But when he left me, I just sort of fell apart. I felt so worthless, I just wanted to cry. For a long time, I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want anybody to see me. If somebody asked me out, I just made up an excuse so I wouldn't have to go out with them. And then I met you. And you were so nice to me and easy to talk to. And I thought maybe, I don't know, I just felt safe with you. I started to forget about Joe, and then he called me the other night. He told me that he had made a mistake and he asked if we could try to get back together. He asked to see me tonight.
Are you gonna go back?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry if I made you feel used. I guess I just really needed a friend.
You've got it. Can I give you some advice? As a friend, I mean. If you're ever in a situation in the future when you're with a guy and you need to let him know that you just want to be friends, well, there's a lot of ways you can let him know and still let him down easy. I think I've seen them all. For example, when I'm out with a girl and she insists on paying for herself, that's a pretty clear indication. It's practically like drawing a line in the sand. And if you don't want to send the wrong signals, it's probably better if you don't, you know, hold hands or kiss.
I'm really sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying, in the future when you're with a guy. And if he's coming in for the kiss and you don't want to go there, just turn your head, move a little to the side, and you're in the right position for the preemptive hug.
The preemptive hug?
Oh yeah, the preemptive hug works great. And if he still hasn't got the message, just tell him you think he's sweet and that he's like a brother to you.
Does that really work?
Oh, definitely. If you tell a guy that he reminds you of your brother, that will kill any idea he ever had about you. Except in Arkansas. But anywhere else.
advice. I guess I should be going.
Okay. Good luck with everything. I hope it turns out the way you want. That didn't go exactly as I'd hoped. So much for Carpe Diem. Maybe it's all part of some cosmic scheme, like everyone has their niche in the universe. Maybe guys like me have a purpose too if someone needs a sympathetic ear or a shoulder to cry on. I think that helps people. I hope it helps. Maybe nice guys don't get the girl or seize the day, but they do sometimes end up with some really nice friends. It's not so bad. Maybe there's some payoff later on. Or, I don't know, maybe there's no rhyme or reason to any of it. I hope I didn't bring everyone down again. I gotta stop doing that! I just thought of something else Mary should do. When she's with a guy and she just wants to be friends, she should dress down a little, don't you think? I don't mean anything ridiculous, but she could try to make herself look less attractive. It would be hard for her. But if she really wanted to keep a guy away, she should try not to look so beautiful. Maybe then guys like me wouldn't fall in love with her.
You know, I could hear you. I was standing just back there and I heard everything you said.
Well, don't mind that. That was just my inner monologue.
Whatever it was, I really liked it. Especially that part about Carpe Diem.
Well, I won't be carping any diems anytime soon. It's a nice principle, but it doesn't seem to work in practice.
Well, maybe you just need a little more practice.
Wait, I'm confused. What about Joe?
You know, now that you mention it, he never really was my idea of an alpha male.
So what are you saying?
Yes.